19일, 양력으로 2025년 1월 28일 제129회 새벽을 여는 참사란 천보 가정교회 아침 훈독 정성을 시작하겠습니다. 먼저 천지인 참 부모님께 함께 경배 올리겠습니다. 경배 바로 가전맨세를 제창하시겠습니다. 가전맨세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지산천국과 청산천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황조권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천산세계와 대상적 지산세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심전 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일제 이상을 이루어 지산천국과 천산천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 그러면 저희를 대표해서 스르타니 자조상 대표 기도 부탁드리겠습니다.
お祈りします。天のご父様、誠のご父様、このように新しい朝を迎えまして、世界の兄弟姉妹と共に、御言葉によって一日が出発できますことを感謝申し上げます。世界はまだまだ戦争と論争の闘争の中にありますけども、私たち兄弟姉妹は神様に選ばれて、導かれてきたものでございます。5% の責任分担という話を御言葉で聞いておりますけども、私たちが導かれるのに、神様が 95% の責任をなして、片思いの心情を持って、歴史を通して導いてきた私たちであります。今最後の誠のお母様と4月13日の天一聖殿を築き上げる中におきまして、 一つ一つの生成がその完成に導くことのと思うときに、どうかその一つ一つの兄弟姉妹の生成が重要であることを思うものでございます。どうか今日一日がその24時間を神様を中心として生成として下げる一日となりますようにお祈りしながら、今日出発するためのこの1時間の時間を与えてくださったことに感謝して、祝福家庭、中心家庭、鶴谷工事の名によってお祈り申し上げます。
아주, 아주, 네. 항상 이제 둘단이 사조상하고 사모님, 네, 교구상의 모습을 보면, 부러움의 투샷입니다. 네, 이런 효정의 심정으로 항상 이제 사업도 성공적으로 이끌고 계시는 건 아닌가라고 느낍니다. 오늘의 감사의 소감을 한번 여쭤보는 시간을 갖겠습니다. 어, 어, 제가 항상 확인을 하면 안 계시네요. 처음에 확인을 하는 얼굴하고도 다른 분들이 계셔서 깜짝 놀라기도 합니다만, 네. 오늘 시모무라 이쿠코상하고 센세, 네, 이까가 되실까? 감사의 소감을 괜찮으실까요?
感謝の書簡です。ですね、おはようございます。いつも、まずは、この、画面を通して、たくさんの約50名、60名の方たちと、毎朝一緒に顔を合わせてですね、一日が始まれるのが本当に感謝です。
네, 우선 화면을 통해서 이렇게 많은 50명에서 60명에 달하는 매일 아침 식구님들과 얼굴을 맞보면서 하루를 시작할 수 있음에 감사드립니다.
そして、最近、子供たちが、長時間私たちと話をするようになってきました。で、特に長男は、あまり話をしなかったんですけれども、時間的に仕事がとても忙しいので難しかったんですけれども、おとついですね、来て、相当長時間、夜に食事の時間であったのに、たくさん話をして帰りました。はい。
네, 요즘 아이들이 꽤 오래 저희들과 대화를 하게 되었습니다. 특히 큰아들은 그런 시간을 많이 갖지 못했었습니다. 물론 일이 바쁘다는 것도 있지만 그런 시간을 갖기가 어려웠는데요. 그저께 저녁에 꽤나 오랜 시간 식사 후에 이야기를 하고 돌아갔습니다.
内容も、主人の、病気の話ですが、息子も医者なので、うかっと、簡単な、もういいんじゃないかとか、簡単な会話では、済まなくて、うかっとしたことは言わないんですけれども、相当、病気のことについて話をしたり、子供たちの事件のことについて話をしたり、なんて言いますか、当たり前ではあるとは思うんですけれども、心が柔らかくなったというか、なんかびっくりするほどいい感じの心になってきたのを、もう、感じました。
내용으로서는 본인의 아버지, 그러니까 신부무라 선생이시죠. 신부무라 선생님의 병에 관한 거, 아드님도 의사인데요. 간단한 이야기는 아니고 또 함부로 이야기를 꺼내지는 않지만 상당히 병에 대해서도 깊이 이야기도 하고 또 본인의 아이들의 입시에 대해서도 이야기를 하고 당연한 것이지만 마음이 굉장히 이제 부드러워지고 놀라울 만큼 조금 변화를 느꼈습니다.
あの、やはり、主人も、私も、あの、頑張ってですね、相手を神様のように思いながら、うん、100%、相手の、夫のために生きるという意識が、上がってきたんだなと、そして、やはり毎日毎日ですね、朝から、一日の指針って言いますか、御言葉で、うん、こ御言葉で一日の指針をいただいて、出発して、本当に今、必死になって頑張っている成果だなと感謝しています。はい。
네, 남편도 저도 열심히 노력을 하고 있습니다. 상대를 하나님처럼 모시고, 물론 저는 남편을 위해서 그런 의식이 굉장히 높아져서 그런구나라는 생각이 듭니다. 매일 아침부터 하루의 말씀을 중심 삼고 출발할 수 있다는 사실에 정말 거기에 열심히 매달리면서 감사하는 마음으로 생활하고 있습니다. 네,
감사드립니다.
네,
감사드립니다.
감사하고요. 저기 이국고상, 우리 전체가 지금 관심을 갖고 기도하고 있는데, 그 남편 시모무라 의사 선생님의 현재 병 상황을 좀 간단하게 설명해 주세요. 그래야 우리가 좀 더 기도를 할 수 있기 때문에.
はい。
どうもありがとうございます。毎朝、このモーニングデボーションに参加させていまして、心から感謝しております。私の病状は、皆さんも、いろいろとお祈りしていただきまして、腫瘍マーカーが正常化して、そして腫瘍自身も、造影 CT で、すごく、小さくなっております。ありがとうございます。
와, すごいです. 치약하시대.
네, 매일 말씀 감사드립니다. 네, 상황으로서는 시오 마카って何ですかね。
腫瘍マーカーというのは、
がんの検査。
がんの腫瘍があったら、
주요의, 네네,すいません. はい. 그러니까
네.
종양의 크기를 촬영을 했는데요. 그 크기가 지금 작아진 상태입니다.
기색기ですね, それは.
はい、ありがとうございます。それと、感謝ですけども、私がこのモーニングデボーションに参加して、なんて言いますか、内的な、ことに関心を持って、家内をもう神様のように、神様の大臣として進むことになって、私の娘が今まで祝福なんて受けないと言ってたのが、祝福を受けてもいいというふうな返事をもらっております。
이야, すごい.
네, 제가 훈독회에 참석하면서 굉장히 내적인 변화가 일어났는지 아내에 대해서 하나님의 대신이다라고 대하게 되면서 딸이 예전에는 축복 따위 이랬던 딸이 축복을 받아도 되겠다라는 말까지 나왔습니다.
本当に心から感謝しております。
네, 진심으로 감사드립니다.
네, 정말 감사합니다. 예, 그래서 우리 아침에 분독회 참석하는 우리 가정들이 어떤 영적인 그런 기적보다도 사랑으로 모든 것이 치유가 되는 그런 기적이 벌어졌으면 좋겠습니다. 다만 영계에 의존하지 않고 어떤 갑작스러운 어떤 기적을 기대하지 않고 정말 사랑으로 치유가 되는 그런 기적이 벌어졌으면 좋겠습니다. 부부가 하나 되면 정말 자녀들이 달라지는 그런 사랑의 기적이 일어났으면 좋겠습니다. 그래서 모든 가정들이 그런 놀라운 사랑의 기적과 더불어서 만민 앞에, 이웃 앞에, 세계 앞에 정말 사랑으로 살면 이러한 기적을 맛본다고 하는 그런 사랑의 기적이 정말 곳곳에서 일어났으면 좋겠습니다. 오늘 귀한 정말 감사의 소감 진심으로 감사드립니다. 사회자 그러면 부탁을 드리겠습니다.
네, 정말 이 말씀 한마디로 오늘의 훈독은 끝난 건 아닌가 싶지만 더 깊은 말씀을 듣기 위해서요. 준비되셨습니까? 영 회장님을 맞이해서 오늘의 말씀 훈독 시간을 갖겠습니다. 부탁드리겠습니다.
Brothers and sisters, 사와디캅. 오늘도 참 어머님의 말씀을 먼저 훈독하도록 하겠습니다. 어머님께서 한국에 오시는 일정이 조금 늦어지는 걸로 알고 있습니다. 여러분, 우리 어머님이 정말 건강하실 수 있도록 우리가 특별히 기도를 많이 해야 되겠습니다. 어머님이 벌써 정말 80을 넘어섰기 때문에 연로해 가십니다. 그럼에도 불구하고 많은 걱정을 하시고 세계 섭리를 놓고 정말 최일선에서 수고하시기 때문에 하나도 둘도 셋도 우리가 간절히 소망하는 것은 어머님의 건강이십니다. 어머님께서 건강만 하신다고 한다면 우리는 어떠한 문제도 다 해결할 수 있다고 보는 것입니다. 잘 부탁드리겠습니다. 네, 그러면 어머님의 말씀 한번 보겠습니다. 구원섭리사의 원리관. 더 나아가 우리 부부는 미국의 워싱턴 타임스뿐만 아니라 전 남북미의 나라들을 커버하는 언론기관을 만들었으며 이 언론기관들은 곧 세계 185개국까지 확장되어 세계가 하나로 배우고 협력하는 데 크게 이바지하게 될 것입니다. 문 총재님은 미국에 가서 미국 국민들 앞에 하나도 빚지지 않았습니다. 오히려 미국이 신세를 졌습니다. 하늘로부터 받은 축복으로 미국을 축복해 주었습니다. 우리 부부는 하늘로부터 받은 축복을 세계에 전부 나누어 줬습니다. 남미도 한국도 문 총재님을 환영하여 미국과 같은 축복을 받기를 바랍니다. 아무리 반대하더라도 보다 더 많이 사랑하는 사람이 주인이 됩니다. 보다 더 많이 사랑하고 보다 더 많이 투입하고 보다 더 많이 주고 잊어버리는 자가 중심 존재가 되는 것입니다. 바로 이것이 천법입니다. 앞으로 여러분은 가정에서 부모 앞에 효도하고 나라에서 충신이 되고 세계에서 성인이 되고 하나님 앞에서 성자가 되는 길을 가야 합니다. 누구를 막론하고 가정, 나라, 세계, 하늘 땅 앞에 부끄럽지 않은 사람, 이 우주 가운데 천운의 보호를 받는 사람이 되어 하나님의 사랑을 받는 가정을 이루어야 합니다. 그리하여 지상천국으로
A family filled with love, then that family will be protected by heaven. We need to establish to really have a world that is made of peace, happiness, unity, as blessed center of families. Regardless of the opposition a person faces, the one who gives the most love becomes the owner. Those individuals who love more, invest more, give more, and forget what they have given will become central figures. This is a universal law. In the future, please follow the heavenly way by offering filial piety to your parents in your family, becoming loyal citizens of your nation, saints in the world, and holy sons and daughters before God. Whoever can stand without shame before the family, nation, world, and heaven and earth will be protected at the center of the cosmos and can then build a family that receives God's highest love. These people shall transform this world into the kingdom of heaven on earth. They will be registered in the kingdom of heaven in the spirit world and will enter an era of kingship, both spiritually and physically, with God in the central position. Such people are those who participate in the international marriage blessing, which is to establish a world of victory, freedom, happiness, and unity. I invite each of you to participate in this year's 3.6 million couples blessing ceremony, thereby becoming couples who are welcomed by heaven and earth and have found the way of eternal life, hoping that we all come to have close ties to God and true parents, that we can establish the true family and true global culture in a leading leading role centered on God's true love, and that we can build a peaceful and united world for the 21st century. I will conclude my speech at this point. I pray that God's blessing will be with you in your work and with your family. Thank you. True Father and True Mother shared all of the blessings they have received from heaven to the world. Regardless of the opposition a person faces, the one who gives the most love becomes the owner. Those individuals who love more, invest more, give more, and forget what they have given will become central figures. This is a universal law. Whoever can stand without shame before the family, nation, world, and heaven and earth will be protected at the center of the cosmos and can then build a family that receives God's highest love. How do we become a true owner? True parents said that first, we must become a person who loves more. To become a person who loves more, you must become someone who sheds their blood, sweat, and tears more than anyone else for the object partner, the nation, and the world. Sweat is the effort and hard work to fulfill the portion of responsibility. Tears are love and sincerity. And blood is a sacrifice to love the other person and the country. It is the effort and the sincerity. When you look at Father's words, True Father talks about shedding tears. And he says, shedding tears equals love and devotion. The love for mankind, the tears for mankind. And Abraham says we need to shed blood for the sake of heaven. So what is the meaning of shedding blood? So when you look at Father's words, so blood, shedding blood means that we sacrifice for the sake of others. The blood represents sacrifice, that we can give our life. This is shedding blood. So if you want to become a true owner, parents told us to invest more than the other person. We must invest more than anyone else and shed blood, sweat, and tears. And second, in order to become a true owner, you need to invest more. So to what an extent should you invest? Should you invest your words? To what extent? So Father also said that very clearly and in detail. He said, until the other person becomes a better person than me. So you need to invest 10 times, 100 times more. Until the other person becomes a better person. If that person doesn't become a better person than myself, then that is not total investment. So when the person becomes better than me, when my husband, my wife, my children become better than myself, when my junior becomes better than myself, then I need to invest 10 times or 100 times more. And the third point is, how can we become true owners? We must forget that we have given. True love is giving unconditionally and forgetting that it has given. When you remember giving, then you are just conditionally giving. If you remember that you have given, then you stop. You just completely stop. So when you just like water, if it becomes stagnant, it will just if it's become stagnant, it is rotting. So it means there is no development. So true love is that you cannot give, and remember, you need to forget, and you need to make effort that you give even more. And basically, you create a vacuum when you give everything until you can't give anymore, and then heaven and the universe will fill that vacuum. This is really incredible truth. So even God, He is not remembering that He has given. He is also forgetting, and He's even giving more and more, and is using all His effort. And this vacuum will be filled by the universe, and then something greater will even come than what you have given. And this means that this is really the base for eternal life. I'm telling you honestly, when you give and remember, I really remembered, I really realized it has really, I really learned to make effort to give and forget and not really, and don't really think whether the person that you gave is recognizing you or not. There has been so much change in my life when I was able to give and forget, when I did not have any expectation. I really just thought I need to give more, and I give more and more. And in that vacuum that was created, then truly heaven, the universe, and the spirit world is filling that vacuum and give something even bigger. And this is really this truth that I realized and I lived by. It gave me so much strength and so much happiness, and it really changed my life. So also we need to also think about really shedding tears and feeling sorry that we can't shed more, and that we love more, that we invest more, and we give and forget more than anything else. Then those people will become true owners. Every morning we recite the family pledge. We talk about being we are a Chonilguk owner. Then it's important that we need to invest more. We need to love more. We need to give and forget more. Then truly we become the center and we become the owner. As I lived my life in front of my children, in front of my wife as well, and in front of my parents. Also, the person that's closest to you, you should not become indebted. Even your wife, you cannot become indebted, not your husband. It's even in front of your children, you cannot become indebted. Also in front of your parents, you cannot be indebted. If you become indebted, it's a problem. What does that mean? You need to give. And you need to give without limits.
거기에 말려 들어간다는 말 알아요? 받게 되면 자꾸 거기에 내가 종이 됩니다. 주면 주인이 되지만
if you give and give, but if you just receive, then you become just a slave. If you only receive. If I can wash up, to do the dishwashers, when I do clean the house, when I pray, I try to do more. So this is so important that we do not become indebted to our husband, to our children, and to our parents. Even if I become indebted to my close family members, then I need to try to do 3 times more and 10 times more for my neighbors and the people around us. That kind of heart we need to have, and that is the life of happiness. I'm sorry, I'm going on a little bit too long.
생명나무에 대해서 우리가 공부를 계속하고 있는데 원리 본문은 좀 생략을 하고 직접 아버님 말씀을 한번 보겠습니다.
So let's talk about the fall of man, and we want to talk directly and quote Father's words. Where to place the foundation of heart, Chimjong. Now we must settle all the matters living in this era. We must settle everything from our daily lives to our bodies, minds, and our hearts. Then where can we place the foundation of hearts? Do not place it in any divine pastor, nor in any religious sect, even in our Unification Church. The foundation of heart, Shimjong, must be placed not in the progress of history, but in the heart, Shimjong, of Adam and Eve before the fall. It must be like this, so that through the heart, Shimjong, in order for us to fully digest the daily feelings of today and all the spirit of the times, then settle down everything with heaven. That kind of sons and daughters must appear in this earth. This is a difficult speech, but it's not so difficult when you look closely. I will explain it to you. Where can we place the foundation of hearts, Shimjong? Father said not to place the foundation of hearts in any divine pastor, if you really say you honor a pastor, but it can also be a disappointment, or in any religious sect. So also you should not depend on that, and not even place the foundation of hearts in the Unification Church. So where should we have the foundation of hearts then? Father said the foundation of heart must be placed in the heart of Adam and Eve before the fall of man.
이 말씀은 뭐냐면
These words,
심정행 세계의 주체가 누구냐면 하나님이라고 하는 거야, 하나님.
these words are really, it means what is the subject of these words? It is God. It is true life, true love, and true lineage. These words are to be placed into parents. So,
하늘 부모님 심정에다가
first of all, we need to think about
심정의 기반을 거기다
heavenly parents' heart, and that should be the foundation. And the second foundation of heart is true parents.
10년이 지나고 1000년이 지나고 말년이 지나도 변하지 않는 두 가지 주체가 있는
There should be, even if the whole world changes and everything is changing, but nothing, what will never change is heavenly parent and true parents. And that is the heart, the foundation of heart.
가인과 아벨 사이에 갈등을 하고 나는 저 목사를 저렇게 기대했는데 뭐
So if
실망했다든지.
Cain and Abel have difficulty, and when you think about, oh, I'm disappointed by this pastor, and also I'm maybe disappointed by the Unification Church, we should not make that the foundation of our heart. It needs to be the Shimjong, the original Shimjong. And who is the subject of that? It is only heavenly parent and true parents.
세상이 두 쪽이 나도 참부모는 정말로 메시아다.
We really need to understand that true parents are the saviors. They are our eternal parents.
그런 심정을 가지고 나가다가도 마지막
Even though-
참부모로 말미암은
even though you have such a foundation of heart with the heavenly parent, there will also be a final test whether your heart is totally aligned with true parents' heart, and we can overcome all kinds of temptations and difficulties and tests by our spouse or by the pastor. But really, the biggest test will be whether we can be one with true parents, and whether we really can believe in true parents. And also the final test is also whether we can really pass the test and accept the only begotten daughter and be one with her, or whether we doubt. This is really the last test, and you have to go over that. If you can go over this final test, you need to have a totally oneness with Heavenly Parent, and then establish also that unity with true parents. You cannot horizontally look at the situation and just go back and forth. So it's very important. The last test needs to go well over, and you need to know where the foundation of heart needs to be placed. It is Heavenly Parent. That is absolutely important, that we have absolute faith, absolute love, absolute obedience towards Heavenly Parent, the foundation of heart. Then you can go over any test, even towards true mother. You can go over any test that will come in your way. If God and me are 100% united, then you can go over any of these tests. But if you are just adequately translating your relationship with true parents, then you can just fall away. You can just get it. Heavenly Parent is an eternal existence. This is very crucially important, that your relationship with Heavenly Parent needs to be absolutely solid. And then no matter what test I will receive from True Father or from the only begotten daughter, I can go over that and I can really keep that connection. So we have to understand that we need to lead a life of faith, that Heavenly Parent is the parent of parents. And then we can go over all these challenges and difficulties in our life of faith. So it's very important that we need to have mind and body united, and in the process of restoration, it starts with the external foundation and then it becomes the internal foundation. So first we need to establish the physical world and then the spiritual world. And so we need to, the final is the restoration, the heart in the end. That's it. We should not forget that the final restoration and the ultimate purpose is to restore the heart in the end. How much do you know the heart of Heavenly Parent? How much do you understand the fall of man and how God's heart was lost through that? So how can you feel, I'm a unique child of God and I need to restore the heart of Heavenly Parent? And how can I really bring all mankind with me and towards Heavenly Parent? And how can I even love the enemy and bring them to God? So this is the original heart, that original heart between Heavenly Parent and me, that has to be the focus. And this is an amazing message from True Father. Please think about, solve Genesis chapter 1 first. Please think about this. Without solving Genesis chapter 1, we cannot enter God's garden of heart. The tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil in the second chapter of Genesis must be settled first. We cannot solve the fundamental problem without doing it. There is no perfection in ignorance. Do you think that only believing is enough? If then, I myself speaking here would not have been persecuted or blamed so much like this. Dear brothers and sisters, fallen people today and even Christians who believe in the Bible are unable to solve Genesis chapter 1. And they have also been unable to solve the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil in the second chapter of Genesis. True Father said that without solving the first part of the Bible, Genesis chapter 1 and 2, how can we solve the fundamental problem? Christians cover it up and just tell us to believe. But Father said that if we could know about everything and solve them just by believing, he would not have suffered any persecution from Christians. There is no perfection in ignorance. However, Father said that the solution to all these fundamental problems does not come from the human mind alone. If we hadn't met true parents, we could not solve the problem. Today is the message is today is we must become the original substance of the divine principle. We studied original substance of the divine principle. Now is the time when we ourselves should become the original substances of the divine principle, not just study it. What is the original substance of the divine principle? Even those who have been educated on the original divine principle do not know what it is. They think it's the same as the existing principle we've heard until today. And they don't know the specifics of the OSDP. The reason why we studied the OSDP is to let us know once again that true parents are the original substances of the divine principle. If the relationship with true parents who are the original substances of the principle is ambiguous, then everything goes wrong. And through the OSDP, I have to confirm what kind of existence my being is. Even if we are educated on the OSDP, which is not related to ourselves, has no meaning. True parents have emphasized They put the emphasis on the original substance of the divine principle. Clearly knowing the original substance of the divine principle is more important than what we eat, what we drink, and what we wear. The conclusion of the OSDP is that I should bear fruit as the original substance of the divine principle. The blessed couples should bear fruit as the original substance of the divine principle. What should we like to do? What should we be like in the end? We must go through the process of restoration and become the original substance of the divine principle. If we had not fallen, we would not need to be educated on the OSDP. This is because if we had not fallen, we would have become the substance of the principle and the substance of the word. However, since we are the descendants of the fallen world, we need the principle. If we had not fallen, we would be the substance of the truth and the substance of the principle. I have listened a lot to the divine principle. I have given a lot of lectures, and I have studied and listened to Father's words about the most important content of the divine principle. And Dr. Young is saying he would like to, if he writes a thesis, he would like to write about the original substance of the divine principle, because he's been so moved by it, and it's so very, very deep. So now is the time to go beyond the age of studying the original substance of the divine principle and become the original substance of the divine principle ourselves. The reason why we studied the OSDP is to let us know once again that true parents are the original substances of the divine principle.
절대성. 무슨 말씀인지 알겠어요? 그래서 이제 우리 가정 맹세에도 나오잖아요. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고.
In the family pledge, we see also that the principle comes out. It says like we need to find the original homeland. The original homeland is not talking about your homeland where you were born. It talks about the fall of man lost the original homeland. And where is it, our original homeland? Where is the hometown? Where is the hometown of the fallen mankind? So where is it's not the place where you were born. It's the place where you were born in the sexual organ of your mother and father. So where did you come as a woman, as a man and a woman? Many people say that it's very ambiguous, but the principle, the substance of the principle says it very clearly. It's not ambiguous. I came from God's absolute sexual love. I came from God. And God's origin, it's from God's sexual organ I came. And it's centered on true love, true life, and true lineage. And that is the origin of all of this. And that has really I've been so moved by that. So that means the absolute sex is God's original homeland. That is really where I'm coming from. And me as an existence, I become the substance of that absolute faith. I mean, absolute love, and absolute lineage. So who is? This is the conclusion that really.
이 땅의 원리의 본체로서 절대성의 실체로서 오신 참 부모님을 닮아가지고 우리도.
So we need to resemble true parents, and we need to become the original substance. We should not ambiguous. We don't know truly true parents' substance, and that's why become ambiguous in our life. But we need to really clearly understand again that we can bring substantial fruit in our life of faith.
절대성의 본체이다.
So true parents are also the original, they are the original substance of absolute sex. This is also, so true parents are the original substance of true love, true life, and true lineage. If we are not connected and not reborn through true parents, then my life will not become different. But if we are inheriting the original substance from true parents through the blessing, then that is incredible. It's because there was, through sexuality, there was a misuse of love. So we had to go back and restore that misuse of love through the blessing. And this is the
공식석상에서 말씀하신 것을 공부하는 것도 무엇보다 중요하지만 무엇보다도 뼈대가 되는 원리 말씀을 몇 번이고 몇십 번이고 몇백 번이고 훈독해서 우리가
we need to really understand. We need to really understand these words from true parents. We need to read it 10 or 100 times that we understand really how we can become the original substance.
때묻지 않은 심정의 본체입니다. 그래서 우리는 어린아이들을 그저 보기만
If you look at the original, if you look at young children, they are the original substance of the heart that is not stained anywhere. That is why we are happy to even see the little ones. We do not have to preach anything special to those little children. When you look at young children, you cannot take your eyes off their faces. We want to see them again and again. Why? Isn't that because young children are the substance of the truth? The baby's mother tries to protect, care for, and love her baby, who is the substance of the truth, even at the cost of her life. The mother thinks, even if I die, I will protect and save this child no matter what. Doesn't the original homeland of true love begin there? Where is the original homeland today? True Father said that a mother's love for her children and her children's filial piety toward their parents are the original homeland. You must not mistake the original homeland, which is indicated in the family pledge as the hometown where you were born. Since it tells us to seek our original homeland, do not mistake it as the hometown where you were born. The content of the first verse of the family pledge is this original homeland. It means to seek the original homeland through a life of living for the sake of others as the owner of John Il-guk. However, we do not have a sense of ownership of John Il-guk and just go back and forth as spectators. So we cannot stand in the position of Abel yet, but instead stand in the position of Abel. Cain pursues the physical body and tries to follow what the body wants. Cain has no sense of ownership. They just follow the environment. They do not go because the word motivates them, but they just say that they will go their own way. Cain has no sense of ownership, and the heart does not spring up voluntarily. What is rebirth? It is called rebirth when the heart springs up in one's heart. Only through the process of being born again, in which the heart is evoked, can we go to the original homeland. I want to emphasize this again. The first content of the family pledge is the original homeland. So I'm so grateful for the family pledge. It is so deep and everything is in there. God has, True Father has taught us about Heavenly Parent. And where did I come from? It's not just randomly. I didn't come just from the universe. I wasn't just born. But where did we come from? Where is the original homeland? True Father said that the world, where is the holiest of holiest? It's in God's sexual organ. That what it is, God's sexuality is called absolute sexuality, and it's all mankind's hometown, and the origin of true love, true life, and true lineage. Because of the fall, all of this has been lost, and the Messiah had to restore this and bring it back to God.
가까운지 몰라요. 그 얘기를 듣고
So,
나니까 원리 본체론의 핵심을 듣고 나니까 얼마나 가까운지 하나님이라는 존재가 막연한 존재로 생각했는데
so I thought God is just ambiguous, but this really, like through this understanding, is really God's God is the hometown of true love, my hometown of true life, and my hometown of true lineage. This is really, so we need to become the original substance of this.
그것을 진정으로 깨닫고 자발적으로 심정이 우러나와서 우리가 실천하게 될
So
때
we really need to sincerely realize that and really go forward and become reborn through this. And this is the conclusion, really.
식구 여러분, 이거는요 엄청난 내용입니다. 이
This is an
내용을
incredible content.
원리 강론에 담고 싶었대요. 근데
This
그게
content, true Father wanted to add this to the divine principle. But if he had done that at the time and had talked about absolute sex at the beginning, then he would have even received more persecution and he would have to even pay more indemnity.
가정연합을 이제
And
시작하는
so first, and Father had to finish the pioneering course and establish then the family federation. And then he could declare the meaning of absolute sex. And this is really the core of the divine principle. We need to understand that. What is the original homeland? It is to really complete absolute sex through the four levels of heart, that husband, wife, parents, children will become one. What is the fall? Everything was lost. And the restoration, what is it? To restore all those that fall in love, fall in life, and fall in lineage needs to be restored through absolute sex, through true parents, that I will be reborn. And this is the blessing. This is so important, and this is so really crucial. We really, as we have realized this word, we need to be so grateful for true parents, for this content to be conveyed to us. Thank you.
너무너무 감사드립니다. 지금까지 저희가 알지 못하였던 그런
Thank
깊은
you.
내용을 이렇게 풀어서
Such a
말씀해
deep
주셨으니까
content, and you have explained it so well.
다시 한번 출발하는
So
심령을
really, I feel I need to make a new beginning in my heart after understanding this.
말씀의 소감을 한번 여쭤보는
So let's hear some
시간을
reflections.
시마타니 지드르상하고 코지상 고후후 오늘 한번 어떠실까요? 말씀의 소감 한번 부탁드려도 될까요?
Please share your reflection.
먼저
Kode-san.
4会長、そして、スタッフの皆様がですね、いつもこうして準備してくださって、訓導会、ちょうど1ヶ月になりますけど、参加できて本当にとても感謝しております。本当に、4会長の御言葉を、聞けば聞くほどですね、本当に毎日の生活が、今までと全く違うその生活になっているというのをいつも感じています。
네, 회장님은 비롯한 스태프 여러분들, 훈독회 준비해 주셔서 정말 감사드립니다. 이제 훈독회
Thank you for all this incredible Hundoke content. I've participated for 1 month now, and as I'm listening to the Hundoke, I notice like my life is really gradually changing.
御言葉を聞けば聞くほど、自分のその堕落性がですね、本当にどれだけ強かったかというのに、気づかされて、本当に逆に怖くなることもあります。今日のお話の中でも、原理本体論も勉強させていただきましたけど、その確信が本当に理解もできていないのに、自分は参加しただけで分かっているつもりで いたと思います。
말씀에 대해서 감동도 하지만 그거를
I'm
들으면
moved by the word,
방향성이 얼마나 깊은지, 큰지, 강한지를 느끼게
but
됩니다.
I also felt how strong my own fallen nature is.
원래 본체론에 대해서 그 핵심의 내용을 듣고 이해를 했었다라고 생각을 했었는데
I thought in the past that I heard the original divine principle and content before, but listening to it today, I realize I haven't understood it in great depth.
だからといって自分がすぐに変われていないというのはよくわかるんですけど、ただ本当に4会長のことを妻と話をしていて、これだいぶ前になるんですけど、4会長がどんな方なのかという話で、いつも4会長はもういつも祈っている方なんだと。でしかも、時間さえあれば祈っていて、本当にいつもこう涙を流しながら祈っておられるということを、聞いていて、自分はそんなに本当に涙を流して祈るようなこととか、何が違うんだろうと思ってたんですけど、この訓読会に参加しながら、本当にこの御言葉を深く理解されていて、本当にいつも神様の心情とかを尋ねていかれながら、そういう涙のお祈りをされているんだろうなということがすごく今本当に分かってきて、自分も本当にそうならなければいけないと感じております。
감동도 물론 있지만 그렇다고 해서 자신이 바로 또 변할 수 있는 건 아닌 것 같습니다. 용 회장님에 대해서 아내와 이제 이야기를 나눈 적이 있는데 꽤 오래된 이야기입니다. 어떤 분인가? 그랬더니 아내가 항상 기도하시는 분이고 시간만 나면 눈물을 흘리면서 기도하시는 분이다라는 이야기를 들은 적이 있습니다. 네, 자기는 그런 기도를 한 적이 별로 없었는데 뭐가 다르지? 라고 생각을 해서 이 말씀의 내용 훈독회를 참석하면서 들어보니 깊이 이해를 하고 계시고 또 그거를 찾아서 기도를 하시는 그런 모습을 느낄 수가 있었습니다.
So
그래서
even though I received, I'm moved by the word, but it doesn't mean you can easily change as a result of that. And I asked Mrs. Young one time, what person is Dr. Young? And she said he's always praying and he's always really studying the word and finding new content. And this is really what I'm feeling as I'm listening to this lecture. There's so much content that has been researched and deeply discovered through prayer and study.
っていうことが、自分の中ですごく課題になっていて、それがどうやったら感動させられるんだろうっていうのをずっと考えていました。
요 며칠에 말씀을 들으면서 위하여 산다라는 내용이 이제
So when I heard this content, like live for the sake of others, so like really we need to live to others so that they can be moved.
어떻게 하면 좋을까라는 생각을 계속하고 있습니다.
So I'm thinking, how can I make that happen?
最初の血と汗と涙を流すっていうその内容で本当に具体的に自分自身のその責任分担を果たすために努力と苦労し、相手を思って涙を流して愛して、相手がより自分より良くなるため10倍、100倍投入する、与えて忘れるということで、より具体的に教えていただけたと思って本当に感謝しています。
네, 그거에 대한 말씀의 대답이 오늘의 말씀을 듣고 땀과 눈물과 피를 흘리면서 라는 거를 구체적으로 이야기를 해주셨습니다. 본인의 책임 분담, 나의 책임 분담은 그러한 노력을 하고 또 사랑하고 상대가 나보다 나은 사람이 되도록 10배, 100배 더 사랑하는 거, 그것이다라는 것을 구체적으로 오늘은 알게 되었습니다.
Today I understood that yes, we need to shed sweat, tears, and blood for the sake of others, and really that's related to our portion of responsibility. And in order to move the object partner, we need to invest 10, 100 times more.
본문의 내용에 대해서도 들었고,
And the original substance also that I heard,
축복에
it-
있어서 아직은 그 가치를 다 완전히 아는 건 아니지만,
I think I
그
don't
내용에 대해서 진심으로 감사드립니다.
quite understand the value of the blessing totally, but I'm really appreciating the content. So how can we really make a person move and in heart? So the basic is that you need to be sincere. You need to be sincere. You need to be truthful. Are you really sincere? Are you really true? And are you giving from the heart? Then you can move a person. But if you do it just formally or just conditionally, then you cannot be moved by the object partner. So if I'm true, then I can give can move someone's heart. Am I really sincere? Is it truly sincere what I'm doing? Is really my devotion behind that? Then I can move the object partner. And the moving the heart is the basic foundation of moving the heart is really the Shimjong. If you just do it without the heart, then it's like a sin. So you need to really do it sincerely, really with all your heart and truthfully. Then you can invest the heart, and that will move others. Why did Jesus save 2,000 years ago when he died on the cross? How could he become the center, the historical center for 2,000 years? He only had a public course for 3 years. But Jesus' words at the last moment, even though he was nailed to the cross, he was able to forgive his enemy. He truly, sincerely loved the enemy. And because of that incredible love has survived for 2,000 years. So why can't I worry about the object partner? Because I'm not true. I'm not sincere. Because I have the fallen nature in me. That's why I cannot make my object partner move. So we love gold, and we love gold and diamonds and pearls because they don't change. That's why we love them. So we also need to become truthful person. If we become true people, then we can also move the heart of our object partners. Thank you for Koji-san and Chisuru's reflection. Thank you so much. So please, let's
회장님께 조금 한 가지
conclude.
확인을 해드리고 싶은 게 있는데요. 기도 순서가 제가 적어놓은 거하고 다르시거든요. 그 30일 날에 한 표조시가 돼 있는데 2월 1일이라고 아까 적으셔서 그 부분 확인을 부탁드릴게요.
30날 그러니까 30날 한효정씨, 31일 날 아오키 쿠니요씨, 2월 1일 날 김영수, 2월 2일 날 정규상,
목사님.
2월 3일 찌즈루, 2월 4일 토요나가, 2월 5일 미츠코 쿠보 그런 식으로 나갑니다.
네. 다시 한번
그
확인할게요.
나중에
나중에,
카카오톡 통해서 하겠습니다.
예.
네.
알겠습니다. 네, 오늘도 너무너무 깊고 많은 내용을 들으셔서
Thank you. I'm very grateful and very happy for the special content that we heard today. So let us think about this content and let's do resonance prayer.
다 함께 기도하시겠습니다.
네, 사랑하는 하늘 부모님, 오늘 아침도 이렇게 당신
사실
뜻을 지키는
Heavenly
말씀을
Parents,
사랑의
and thank you so much for your what you are education. Heavenly Parents, around education with your word to be your that we can reborn and go back to our original homeland as you
イエス様の
asking and hope you tell us that
私たちの現実
the heart of every with this way of living for the sake of others.
天皇父母様の
Give
愛の
more,
手
Heavenly
がお父
Parents,
様、誠の神様の
raising more
ここから
through the sincere
私たちが
sincere and the truth, absolute truth,
通行
with a sincere heart.
子供たち
I pray we all in your victory, that we can be the proud
その
image
思い
of
から
parents,
人間の思いでは
every
なく
parent
神様
longing
の
and
願い
love
か
for
ら神
us.
様の愛
We can bring joy
私たち
and
は出
happiness.
発というこ
아주
とを
네,
Thank you.
감사합니다.
絶対愛と
So
성도
絶
much.
여러분
対信
진심으로
仰と絶対
감사합니다.
愛
Thank
絶
you
対
so
愛
much.
Bless the
そ
네,
して
family.
마키상, 아리가또 고자이마스.
愛
오케이.
の神様よ尊い
마이크,
御言葉をいただい
마이크,
て
와우.
感
What's
謝
your
申し上げま
baby?
す。あなたの
What's your baby?
どうぞ与えてくださる、合
네,
わせてく
thank
だ
you.
さる、
Thank you very
その一人
much.
一人の人た
Wow.
ちに対して、
So,
心から
must be
誠
your
を持
daughter,
って、
right?
お父
Son
様
or
過ご
daughter?
し、
Daughter,
愛
right?
で伝えていくことができますことを
오케이,
お願いします。
감사합니다, 마이크. 카포, thank you. 리지마, 히토미상, 감사합니다. 코지, 지지루상, 감사합니다. 김주상 장로님, 이순재 권사님, 감사하고요. 주르타니, 사초 후후, 감사합니다. 각계치과, 아치코 사마, 감사합니다. 우리 조원경, 우리 권사님, 감사합니다. 그 다음에 시모무라상 후후, 감사합니다. 한효정 씨, 감사합니다. 김영수, 우리 목사님, 감사합니다. 예, 모리사코상, 감사합니다. 요시미, 교코상, 감사합니다. 사또용, 시노다, 요시코상, 아리가또 고자이마스, 구보상, 촘찬, 니와씨, 감사합니다. 코데라 사또미짱, 사또미짱, 아리가또 고자이마스. 그 다음에 왓사나, 감사합니다. From Washington DC, 한사랑 씨, 예, 고맙습니다. 그 다음에 차엔 나오미 씨, 와우, 옥공한 씨, 손자랑 같이 나왔네요. 감사합니다. 우리 문효원 권사님 고마워요. 감사합니다. 그 다음 이마무라상 감사합니다. 우리 하나코 씨 감사하고요. 카오리 모리시타상 아리가또 고자이마스. 호다마 후후 아리가또 고자이마스. 테라오 가즈코상 감사합니다. 허버트 우리 원경 권사님 감사합니다. 땡큐. 사다코짱 아리가또 고자이마스. 위리시 컨쿤마캅 정유상 장로님, 우리 박경화 권사님 감사합니다. 호리키리상 후후 감사합니다. 카오리 모리시타상, 사카가미상, 유키 카리아스상, 그리고 가와사키 케이코상, 나오미 오무라상, 구보타 야스코상, 미호코상, 오노데라 마유미상, 원주 가요짱도 됐다. 가요짱 감사합니다. 나야네 씨 감사합니다. 그 다음에 시모미 사치코상 다와라즈니 상가시테 이마스네 고노가타와 사치코 유키마츠상 그 다음에 이쿠 다레카나 고노가타와 예 감사합니다. 그리고 마니판씨 나린팁씨 예 그리고 미처 말씀드리지 못한 모든 분들 진심으로 감사하고 오늘의 영어 통역은 우리 모니카 씨가 바쁜 가운데도 이렇게 해 주셨습니다. 아마 영어가 점점점 정착이 되어가지고 아마 2월 달부터는 잘 될 거라고 믿고 특별히 배우에서 우리 허버트 씨가 그냥 너무너무 수고를 많이 해줘가지고 일이 잘 진행되고 있습니다. 감사합니다. 오늘 하루도 승리하는 하루 되십시오. 감사합니다. 아리가또.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. 네. 수고하세요. 감사합니다.
야.